Okay, hi everybody. We're live for today's Lean Publishing tip of the day. For anyone watching for the first time, these all end up recorded and put on a playlist on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you discover new books and authors and help you discover all these new tips and things like that. And if you ever miss one of these live streams, which I'm sure everyone will, you can watch them there anytime. And then they're this kind of evergreen content and a channel for people, authors to go watch and learn about all the things you can learn about with self-publishing and Leanpub. So today's tip of the day is about signing up for our discount promotions. So that's a kind of general way of saying, if you sign up, if you opt into this kind of feature, what it means is that you're giving us permission to go and promote your book at a discount. This is one of the best ways that you can promote your book. You can create your own discount coupons. We actually did an early live stream, I think just last week, about how to create coupons and how useful that is as a way of promoting your book. But we do it too. The language you'll see in a moment when I show you that the language we use is kind of, for what you're opting into, is kind of broad, and that's because we want to be open-ended in how we can promote your book or course. But actually, the application of it currently is actually very cool and interesting, but not super creative. So let me just share today's blog post. You can find the blog post for all these tips of the day at leanpub.com/blog. There's a sort of tag called Tip of the Day that you'll discover associated with these posts. And yeah, the recorded live stream is put at the top of the Tip of the Day blog post at the end. So you can watch me if you're interested in doing that, or you can read and find all those sort of relevant links. So in today's blog post, I'll try scrolling down. Sometimes it gets a little screwy, but we'll see how that works. So we do a lot of things on Leanpub to help promote you as an author and to promote your books and courses. We do launch videos, which I think I've talked about previously. You can apply for your own launch video. Launch video is something that we record with you. Specifically, I record with you over Zoom if we accept your application to do it. And then we produce it and make shorts from it and stuff like that. And it goes on our YouTube channel and elsewhere on social media. We also do long-form podcast interviews. We, meaning I, do long-form podcast interviews for the Leanpub podcast. I absolutely love doing these. They're great. I get to talk to authors from all around the world, and you get to hear from people who are from all walks of life, all kinds of professions, writing about all kinds of things. So it's an interesting general interest podcast with a little bit about writing and publishing at the end. So we do that too. We also record neat kind of short new release videos and things like that. And we have marketing packages that I'll be talking about in another live stream, and I'll probably show you later. But what we also have is newsletters, a weekly sale, a daily Lean Publishing newsletter, which you can sign up for on this blog post. And we have weekly sale newsletter and monthly sale newsletter. And if you opt in to Leanpub discounts, what you're doing is you're making your book or course eligible to be included in those sales. There's really no formula or anything like that. It's more or less kind of editorial. What gets included, and there's hundreds and hundreds of books opted in already, and will be more over time. But if you don't opt into the sales, then you won't be eligible to be included in them. So we highly recommend that you opt in. Just let me show you what these look like. If you go, let me share another tab, see if that works. Okay, so this is what the homepage looks like right now. You see it near the top. We have this like and subscribe thing. Where you can subscribe to our newsletters, and you can actually also see the archive of newsletters. I've clicked on the link already myself because sometimes the pages take a little while to load, but here's what the archive looks like. Anyone familiar with MailChimp can guess that we use MailChimp from here. And if you're interested, what would it look like if my book were included in one of these Leanpub newsletter sales? You can go to this archive here and you can check it out. Here's another link I've already done. This is, I believe, to a monthly sale. So what we have is a set of, there are sponsored deals at the top. Let me see if this works. It's working. Okay, good. There are sponsored deals where authors can pay or use unpaid royalties to have their books included up here, and they're promoted this way with descriptions and links. And then later on in the page or in the email, you can see sort of featured deals that we pick editorially, and then top 5 book deals. Featured free with membership, and then a bunch of bundle deals and things like that. and then bonus book, what we call bonus book deals. So these long emails go out to, you know, over 100. The monthly one is, I think, near 150,000 subscribers, and I think the weekly one is over 100,000. So when you opt in, which is free, to the what I'm about to show you, your book is eligible to be included in these lists of books and deals. People do open these emails. They've signed up for them. They do scroll through, and they do look for titles that are appealing to them, or maybe authors that they recognize. And if someone clicks on the coupon link, they get the book at a discount, and it shows, you know, a kind of crossed out suggested price on the book landing page, and then the actual coupon price, which is really cool. So the weekly sale looks kind of similar. Let me share this tab. So the weekly sale, maybe you can't even tell that I switched. The weekly sale looks very similar email. If you want to buy a sponsored spot, I should mention, you can go to Leanpub marketing packages up at the top right through the escape hatch there, go to marketing packages, and then you can choose whether you want a sponsored spot, one weekly shelf spot, and you can get on the shelf on our homepage, which I'll talk about in another tip of the day. But yeah, you can basically buy a spot in the weekly sale, or you can buy a spot in both the weekly sale and the monthly sale newsletter. But let me get to the main thing I want to show you today, which is how to opt in to these Leanpub discount sales for your book to optionally be included in them. So anyone familiar with Leanpub will know that if you go to your book's landing page and you're signed into your account, you'll see this little edit button on the book cover image. You click that button to go to your book's overview page. This is the kind of everything page. I highly recommend, if you're a Leanpub author and you've created a book or a course, that you bookmark this in your browser. You'll get pretty used to where it is. It's at your book's URL/overview. But yeah, this is where you can kind of discover new features and new things you can do with your book, and where you can also go back to if you've forgotten where something is. But the page what we're looking at today is the pricing page. So if you scroll down on your book's overview page and you get to the store section, you'll see the pricing page. Oop, I went into the community edition thing. What you'll do is you'll see this pricing link here. So you click on pricing. This is a very important page for your book. We'll talk about it more in another one of these tips of the day when we talk about pricing. Thanks, Max, for your message. And Max is very happy with the 1 month option that he and his co-author Luniel bought, which is great to see. And yeah, so the way to opt in, you'll see the sort of typical Leanpub wall of words here. But the way to opt into these sales, the daily, weekly, and monthly newsletters, is to set this value here to be more than 0. So by default, when you create a book, your maximum Leanpub discount percentage that you set this is 0, which means that your book is effectively not opted in to be discounted by us anywhere else. And so what we'd recommend, you set this as high as you're comfortable with. Let's just put it to 50 right now. It also technically means that you can be included in more than the daily, weekly, and monthly newsletters. We might get creative with some other way of promoting books, but currently that's really the only use that I can recall right now. But set this value at, I would say at least 50%. That doesn't mean that your book will always be presented in one of those newsletters at 50% discount or only at a 50% discount. But yeah, that's what we recommend is 50%. I could please go higher if you like really giving them really good big discounts. Yeah, actually I'll show you something about that in a bit. But now the other thing we actually added recently is that you can also choose a minimum Leanpub discounted paid price. So basically this would override this, is my understanding of how this feature works. So if you don't want to do the math or whatever, maybe you're changing your prices all the time, but you want to say, no matter what, I don't ever want Leanpub to be putting my book or course up for sale for less than this price. So let's say your book has and like Leanpub pricing is a little complicated because there's a minimum and a suggested price and things like that. So if you just want to make sure, look, my book is normally priced at $30 suggested, $20 minimum. And I've opted into this 50% discount thing. What does that mean? Is it 50% off the minimum price, which it is my understanding. But you just want to make sure that there's a floor. You can set that floor here. So what is the minimum allowable price that I will, no matter what other settings I do, I don't want Leanpub to promote my book for less than that price. And that's a very useful thing just for sort of peace of mind and stability, but also for if you're doing promotions elsewhere, knowing that your book, like for example, you might buy some paid ads on Facebook and you might associate those with a coupon link for your book that you've created. And that coupon link might be for, you know, some set discounted price. Maybe you don't want unhappy people going, hey, I, you know, bought it here for this discounted price, but then I found it for cheaper somewhere else. So then anyway, this was a way of sort of setting a floor there. So, you know, if we wanted to set it at $10, we would set it at $10. So here we are, we've opted in to the discount thing, to letting Leanpub make discounts for the book, potentially. Yeah, we've also set a floor. And so to make that work, we just scroll to the bottom of the page and click the update pricing button. And then your book has been updated. So yeah, I think that's all I really need to show about this feature. Again, what happens when you opt into these things is your book can optionally be included in our daily, weekly, and monthly newsletter sales. Like I said, the weekly sale goes out to over 100,000 people. I think the monthly goes out to about 150,000 people currently. So for free, your book can potentially be included in these sales. It's a really great way to just, you know, give us the option of trying to help you sell more books by opting in. So I think I'll just stop sharing now. Yeah, well, thanks everyone for watching today's Lean Publishing tip of the day about opting into Leanpub's discount promotions. You can, if you just popped into this live stream, it'll be on our YouTube channel on the playlist for these daily tips of the day. It'll also be on our blog at leanpub.com/blog, where you'll see our tip of the day posts featured. And then this live stream, if you want to watch, you can read the post and get the links to help center articles and things like that about what I talked about. But you can also later on today, you'll be able to watch the live stream on the blog. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching today. Please, wherever you found us on social media, please follow us. And we definitely recommend and hope that you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more we can grow our audience there, the more, if you're a Leanpub author, which you probably are if you're watching this, or you're an aspiring Leanpub author, the more followers we can get on social media, but also especially the more subscribers we can get on YouTube, the more easily you will be discovered by authors like you, but more importantly, of course, by readers who are interested in you and your books. So thanks very much, everyone, for being here today.